Welcome back. I hope everyone is having a great day as always, and I'd like to thank all of you guys in advance for helping me celebrate this very special occasion by checking out this upload. I did get a call from my Rolex authorized dealer for a 2025 Yachtmaster in a blue dial 40mm, reference number 126622. Absolutely caught me off guard in so many ways. I initially put a request in for this very special occasion. I named a few watches that I was interested in. This was not on my radar at all. And then seeing it in person, it just blew my mind. That will be for a separate upload. We can discuss how I was completely wrong. And also, they did make some changes to 2025 and the Rolex boxes. I want to see if you guys will catch on while we're doing this unboxing. There will be a separate upload comparing the previous boxes to the new ones because there is a lot that's changed, and I'll give you my opinion as to why. And for those of you that are new to this channel, my name is Jeff, and this is where I share my random passions with you guys. I'm very calculated with my finances, very random at the same time, hence the name of the channel. I do have a firearm collection. If you want to check that out throughout the channel. I am into cars. I currently have a 2020 Shelby GT500 carbon fiber track pack in Grabber Lime. This car is, you'd have to see this car in person, one of 28. Having said that, obviously I'm in horology, so if you'd like to check out the collection on the channel, feel free to do so. But let's dive into this unboxing. Let me know if you guys got any phone calls recently. It doesn't have to be Rolex. It could be any brand. It could be a Casio. This is one of my favorite watches. Man, the calculator watches. Anybody else have this watch? Honestly, I remember having this when I was a kid, so this watch means an awful lot to me. So let's dive into this unboxing of the Yachtmaster. Give me your opinions as we go through, and I'll see you guys there. All right, let's take a look at this brand new 2025 Rolex Yachtmaster, reference number 126622. I could not be any happier, and the first thing you notice is this bag. So anybody that buys a Rolex brand new from the authorized dealer, usually you're going to get a very nice bag that's going to come with the watch. That may vary depending on your authorized dealer. In this case, we did. And it's just in typical fashion, Rolex green with the logos applied inside and out. And it's a very sturdy bag. So not much to cover on this. However, this green is going to follow suit throughout the unboxing. And I want you guys to keep a close eye because some things have changed for 2025. When you receive your watch new from the authorized dealer, sometimes they'll give you the travel case. Nickname, they call it the coffin as well. This is what is used for transporting your watch from Geneva to the authorized Rolex dealer. It'll have your watch inside. It'll have your card. Sometimes it'll have the seal, and it will have the hang tag as well. The information on this box should match what's on the outside of the box, the sleeve, and your card as well. Everything should match. So it'll have your serial number, your reference number, and M standing for medium, what size box you should receive. So if you do get a chance, I would ask for this coffin because in my mind, this is what's considered a complete set, or part of a complete set. So a lot of dealers will say, hey, I have a complete set. And boy, that terminology could vary dramatically depending on who you're speaking to. So as we look at the outer sleeve, there's going to be a number starting with the letters SAP, then you have a number that follows. That's going to be the number that's going to be on the outside of your box. So that should match as well. And again, oyster, and it has M and echo. That is letting you know what kind of bracelet is with the watch. In this case, it's going to be an oyster. So let's take the sleeve off. And the previous iterations of the boxes in the last couple of years from the AD, I don't remember them having these types of stamps on there. So that is pretty cool that they did that. So looking at the outside of the box, there's a hint, right? So can you guys guess what looks different about this box compared to the previous iterations? We'll talk about it in another upload, like I said, but I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. So turning it all the way around, and yes, I'm wearing gloves because I really don't feel like getting my oil from my skin all over the box. That's just me. If you want to pick on me, go for it. I got thick skin, I don't mind at all. So taking this upper cover off, it's very tight as well as it should be. And you can see the logos are raised just a little bit. You can feel it pretty good. Yeah, it's beautiful. So looking at the outside of the box, there's some hints here, right? Something that's different with this compared to how it used to be. But I think it looks absolutely beautiful. I love the updates they made to the outer box. So let's take a look at the inner box. And again, your sleeve, your outer sleeve is going to have a number that is going to correspond with the serial number that's on the box. So let's take a look at that one more time. So if you take a look at this, there is your number, 53491.04. That should match. And again, M, this is going to be it's going to stand for medium. Look at that. These updates are stunning. And they work really well too. I don't know if you guys noticed it yet, what the update is, but if you've seen the previous boxes, you know what I'm talking about. So your serial number is going to be on the bottom. Here's some more verbiage telling you where it's made at. And there is your serial number information right there. So all that should match what's on your box. So if you guys receive an outer sleeve and it doesn't match, that is not the original outer sleeve that came with that box. So that's something to think about. So there's your 53491.04. It was your M Echo. So let's take a look inside. Absolutely stunning. Now the first thing you're going to notice is I do use dehumidifier bags. I highly recommend you guys use these. Depending on the environment that your watches are stored in or your boxes are stored in, it could affect the inside of your box throughout time as far as humidity, and it could also affect your cards. Some of the older cards seem to get pretty bad and they do delaminate throughout the years. I'll roll in a picture right here, and you don't want that to happen to your watch or your card, or as they would say, your complete set, right? So for me, this watch was for a very special occasion, so it's not something that's ever going to be resold. But for those of you that are out there that do care about, hey, my resale value, is this going to affect it? The answer is yes. So if you don't use one of these and eventually your card gets messed up, I don't care what anybody says from the pre-owned dealers. Cards, papers do matter. To prove that, ask them what they're charging with watches with a card and without. The prices are going to be different. Therefore, it matters. So something as small as that can definitely help preserve your box and the cards that come with the watch as well. So speaking of which, the back compartment is a little different. There's something different. Can you guys point it out with 2025? And in typical fashion, this is going to be your warranty card, your service booklet, hang tag, and everything else that comes with the watch. So let's take a look at everything. So first thing we're going to have is your hang tag. So this is something that I would recommend you ask for, because some authorized dealers supposedly aren't giving these with the watches. So that is going to be the reference number. It'll also have your serial number, and again, it'll tell you what size box is supposed to come with your watch. In this case, it'll be an M, standing for medium. And this is your certification seal. And what's pretty interesting about these are there is a tamper seal inside. So this is going to be your sleeve. It's going to come with the watch. Your worldwide service booklet. All this should come with the watch. Obviously brand new, it will. And this is going to be the instruction booklet for your Yacht Master. And last but not least, this will be the card. And some people will consider this papers, because back in the day, Rolex came with physical papers and not a card. But this is going to give you more evidence as to what your watch is. Again, there is your model number or reference number 126622. And then this will also have your serial number as well. And then when you scan this, it should go right to the Rolex website. There's also, if you zoom in, it's all kinds of features on this card that'll give you more information to make sure this card's authentic for this watch as well. So as I was having a discussion with my authorized dealer as far as the watches that I was interested in, this was not on my radar. And then seeing this for the first time in the display case, I was completely caught off guard. I mean, everything I thought about this watch by photos, it just absolutely was wrong, without a shadow of a doubt. Seeing the sunburst blue dial in person, it just caught me off guard. Now, for those of you that don't know, this is stainless steel throughout the watch until you get to the bezel. This is bead blasted, all one piece, platinum, with the numbers that are polished. Absolutely gorgeous. So this watch does have precious metal inside of it. And if you look at the side of the case, I want you guys to think of another Rolex watch that shares a similar case. Now this is drastically different as far as a case than a Submariner of what they always try to compare this watch to, at least so it seems. Here's the maxi lugs, almost identical to the 40mm lugs that are on the sub. And look at these, right? Big difference. But there's another watch out there, I want you guys to think about it, that shares a very similar case and wears extremely comfortable. So having said that, when I was looking at the watch and I tried it on, I absolutely fell in love with it. So I put this in the list as far as watches that I was interested in, not knowing if I was going to get the call or not. So when I did, I was very surprised. And I could not be any happier. And I could not be any more wrong as far as what my first impressions are or were of this watch, seeing it in photos. So guys, I'm telling you, if you get a chance, make sure you see the watch in person before you judge a book by its cover. Now, this watch did come with an option to get a rhodium dial, or you can get the sunburst blue. I chose the blue. This is a very rare watch. I don't see this one out in the wild on other people's wrists too often. Actually, I've never seen on anybody else's wrists. Everybody seems to go for the rhodium. So, speaking of which, let's do a wrist check. Oh, and one more thing. If you notice, that last link is not polished. My authorized dealer let me borrow this link because due to my wrist size, again, which is 8 inches, I needed an extra link as soon as I bought the watch. One was not available, so they let me borrow a link. So taking a closer look at that, this is what it's like on the wrist. Again, this is an 8-inch wrist for anybody that wants to know. I think it's beautiful. Very slim, fits underneath the cuff, and it's extremely comfortable. Again, there is another watch out there that is very similar to this case size, and it feels identical to that watch. But guys, let me know what you think so far. Do you like this Yachtmaster? Would you choose the rhodium dial over the blue dial? Or would you just not get it? Maybe go for the Yachtmaster 2 that has been discontinued. But I'm in love with it. I have no complaints at all. I will be going back to the AD soon to pick up the link that we had to order. And that's it. That's my quick unboxing. I hope you guys enjoyed this upload and enjoyed my unboxing of this very special occasion. So thank you guys so much. I will have some reviews going down the road. How it wears, how it does compare to the root beer, and also the differences between the boxes for 2025 and 2024 and previously, because they did a lot of changes to that box. I'm really excited about what they did. But yeah, you can look at the two right here. Maybe we'll do a comparison between these two. So guys, like, share, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks again for tagging along, and I'll see you at the next upload.